Welcome back to SoundersFC.com. I'm Tony Ventrella in Portland at PGE Park after a marathon match tonight. It goes into overtime, tied 1-1. They go through two 15-minute overtime periods, still tied 1-1. It comes down to penalty kicks. Sounders make 4, Portland makes 3. Sounders win it and move on in the U.S. Open Cup.
We took a little bit of maybe a chance tonight. We started a lot of players who hadn't played a lot of minutes, and we wanted to see what guys could do. So because we've got to get a better mix as we move forward, because we haven't gotten it done with the group we've been playing. So I thought some guys, played very well and definitely accounted for themselves well. And at the end, I think we showed a ton of character. Because we were down a man. We had Sana, who was really cramping up as well, so we were playing almost down 2 at times. But I thought the team showed a lot of heart and desire.
Enthusiastic crowd here at PGE Park tonight for the game against the Timbers and Sounders FC. 13th minute, Nate Jaqua takes a nice ball from Sana Nayasi, who got the feed from Miguel Montano. 1-0 Sounders.
I think Montano played a real good ball in, and Sana spotted me and was able to kind of cut it back. It was a little far, but he was able to cut it back and right on my head, and I was just able to put it by Cronin.
38th minute, Timbers come right back. Bright DK scores, and it is tied 1-1.
Well, the ball just got kind of played into the box and just kind of bounced around the guy's legs. And, sometimes you just don't see stuff and it bounces a different way and you just don't have time to react. And it was a shame, but because I thought we defended tremendous all night. And I was, the chances they had, I felt it was from distance or from angles. And, we battled great on crosses, and just all in all, just a great effort from the guys.
The two teams struggle in the second half, and the game ends in regulation, tied 1-1. They play two 15-minute overtime periods, and it's still tied 1-1, so it comes down to penalty kicks.
I had a list of like 8 or 9 guys that I said, okay, these are the guys I'll take them from. And then you have certain things happen, like Sana was cramping up, so he gets off the list. Tyson Wall, same thing, he really didn't want to hit one. But my philosophy always on PKs, unfortunately we lost the toss, is that you shoot first. You don't want to shoot second, you want to shoot first. And to me, the most important PK takers are number 1 and number 3. And, I've seen coaches save their best PK takers for last, and sometimes you never get to them. And I think the first one's important to get off to a good start. As you saw, they missed their first one. And then the third one's important because that either puts you back into it or sometimes it almost ices it for you.
Casey Keller, brilliant during the penalty kick period, stopping 2 of the 5 Portland kicks.
It's a dice throw. Penalties are, it's a terrible way to finish a game, but until we figure out something better, it's what we have, and it's exciting for the fans, and it's, for me, there's no pressure, so it's nice. I can just kind of jump around and make some saves, hopefully, and come out of it well.
The Sounders made their first 3, Sturgis, Zakawani, and Montero. And then Patrick Ianni knocked one off the crossbar. That made it tense for a minute until Zach Scott pushed one home for the winner.
Just trying to concentrate on repetition, that's really what PKs are, just do the same thing every time you get up there. So I knew where I wanted to go the whole time, and it was a matter of just following through.
Anytime you can win a game, home or away, it's just always that boost. It's regardless of what's going on, it's a hell of a lot better 3-hour drive back after a victory, and for our fans and for everyone. And we want to retain this cup. We want to do well in the CONCACAF Champions League. We want to do well in the league. Right now, the league, we're faltering a little bit, but anytime we can make it exciting for our fans and give pride to our club, that's what we're trying to do. And a win like this in Portland against the team that our fans want to beat the most is tremendous.
The busy week continues for this team. First of all, it's down to L.A. for a 4th of July match against the L.A. Galaxy. And then just 3 days later, or a week from tonight, in other words, next Wednesday night, it's a U.S. Open Cup game again against that same L.A. Galaxy team at Starfire. Tickets go on sale 10 a.m. on SoundersFC.com Thursday morning. So make sure to get your tickets for that U.S. Open Cup match Wednesday night, the 7th of July at Starfire. I'm Tony Ventrella after a Sounders victory in Portland for SoundersFC.com.